Hello? Wait, hold up. Hang on, I'm not ready yet. Hang on a second. Yeah. Okay, I am back. I forgot to go get a cough lozenge. But you know, relative good news is that the cough is like really slowly going a bit away. Like I think it's actually getting better. But it's so gradual that it's so hard to tell if it's going away. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, just gonna. I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do today other than maybe Battle Network. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. It's entirely possible it doesn't happen. But you know, enough people drop by and be like, yeah, let's play a game. I'll be like, okay, I'll play a game. Mm-hmm. Give me a sec. Okay, okay. So, you know what fucking blows my mind? The fact that the PlayStation 2 at this point is considered retro. Hang on, let me look up the term for retro real quick. At least 20 years old. Yes, I am old, thanks. Don't worry about it. If anything, you're around my age. Is that a problem? Like, I've been around a long time. Like, I have played. I had a NES when I was younger, but that was my brother's NES. I played it. The only game I remember playing on that was the weird NES Batman game. Let me look it up real quick. NES Batman? Yeah! The NES Batman game. That was weird. It was like strange because I remember, I swear in that game you had moments where you played as the Joker. I'm not sure if I'm remembering it wrong. But I feel like there was moments where you actually played as the Joker. Okay, so I didn't get sleep today. I had a nap after stream. Actually, it wasn't even really a nap. I like basically slept. It was like 4 hours worth. Then I got up around 9. Then I went out, had Chinese food, had a milkshake. Then I've just sat here awake. Just, I don't know, watching videos, doing stuff, doing a lot of thinking. Most of the time, I feel like what I do is mostly just sit and ruminate. I'm just there exploring all the thoughts I have. Which can be a bad or good thing, just depends on how you see it. But you know, I've got plans. I'm working on stuff. I'm looking forward to making those plans come to reality. But in the meantime, I'm just sitting here thinking about how I can just keep up being consistent and, you know, grow again. One of these things that I've been thinking about a lot recently, okay, is getting enough stuff that we can make shorts out of. Because once we get enough shorts going on this channel, I'm going to upload them on YouTube, TikTok, and probably Instagram. I'm gonna need to get all that done. Hey Hugh, how you doing? It has been ages. What have you been up to? So, let's see. Thinking about the fact that a couple of weeks ago, my doctor went to see them about ADHD. They asked me a bunch of questions, and they're fairly certain that I have it, and then referred me to go get officially diagnosed. And I don't get to check or get my official diagnosis until September, so I have to wait a while before I even get to explore the potential of seeing if ADHD medication will actually help. So I'm just doing my best now. I'm just gonna try my best to just stream again. Weird enough, even though I've been doing this for like almost a month now. Well, been back for a month. I feel so restless sometimes. Like, I have this energy, I have the desire to do things, but I will end up doing nothing. Even though I'm sitting there restless and want to just do stuff, but I won't do anything. My visual novel backlog, it only grows, it never shrinks. I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to read this visual novel, I don't end up reading it. I don't know what it is about ADHD that makes it so you can't even enjoy your hobbies. Want to do but lazy? I wish I could just dismiss it as just being lazy. I've been called that my entire life, and now recently I've been told that I might not actually be lazy. I might just have fucking fucked up brain chemistry. Like coping mechanism? Laziness? Have you thought about getting diagnosed? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the inattentive type of ADHD. It's really hard for me to keep track of everything. Get stuff that I need to get done. Like, I will put stuff off and whatnot. It sucks. It really impacts me, my life. But yeah, I've been thinking about a bunch of stuff. It's easy to think about the stuff I want to do. Actually doing it, oh my god, that is an entirely different ballgame. I can do stuff that I don't know, whatever my brain is just established as, this is doable. Like, starting a stream. That's doable. Z, have you also considered getting a diagnosis? I found out that shortages actually happen on Monday. Oh hell yeah! It's actually surprisingly common as more and more people find out they have, you know, adult diagnosis for ADHD, living their most of their lives with ADHD, and then, you know. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. But I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, how many people have just gone under the radar, just feeling like failures, feeling like they can't accomplish shit, when really the playing field wasn't fair to begin with. I hate the idea that some people have to be medicated to be quote-unquote normal. Or feel normal. Or just to bring shit in line with, you know, typical, you know, brain function. The use of normal here isn't... Use of normal is more of a baseline of becoming, or having... Think more... How the fuck do I describe this? It's about bringing it more in line with neurotypical brain function. It sounds so pretentious when you fucking... Yeah, baseline and function, not really normal, right? Not to say that we're not normal. It's not like that. Besides, join the club, buddy. I don't think anyone would ever use the word normal to describe me. And if anyone calls me normal, I feel like they don't know me very well. Come on, see. Friend? Fair enough. But yeah, just stuff I think about. And, you know, just... I think about stuff like, how much longer can the human race get away? Aha! Fair enough, Z. How is the progress anyway? How's that going for you? Because you've been telling me about it from time to time. Cool, 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 cool. Oh yeah, where was I? I got distracted. Dude, it's so evident. You can actually see it while I'm streaming, right? If you talk to me, if you bring something up, if I'm talking about one thing, and then I read chat and I see something else, you'll see me get derailed immediately. But yeah, no, I was thinking about how long we've actually got as a species with all of the things that are imminent. I say imminent, but like, in the grand scheme of things, it's imminent. We're not gonna see it happen in our lifetimes. That's not happening. But like, can humanity survive another 1,000 years? 2,000? 5,000? 10,000? Because I know for a fact that we can't sustain infinite population growth. Unless there's some crazy breakthrough in getting supply. I always like to think about these little random things. Like the logistics of just... I just don't think you can infinitely scale the human population. So, at that point, what the fuck is the cutoff? At what population do we go, yeah, we should probably stop having kids? At what point do we go, yeah, maybe we shouldn't? Maybe we're having too many kids. What type of laws will be enacted to enforce something like this? Would it even happen? Or would we just, I don't know, just lead ourselves to get more and more dumb through technology and just not have the faculties to even comprehend that these are dangers in the future? I think about that. One of the many parallel thoughts. And there's like 2 or 3 that's about different things about streaming. It's all about the plans and whatnot. There's one that I won't mention. What else goes on around in my head? A lot, really. You know, I want to make a comment. It might be a bit of a spicy comment, but I kind of want people that haven't really grown themselves a significant audience or established themselves to a certain degree to stop giving advice. Even if the advice is sound. I don't know. Even if the advice is like quote unquote sound, it's not that convincing when it comes from someone that hasn't, I don't know. If you know all these techniques, if you know everything you need to do, why haven't you gotten somewhere with the same advice? I don't know. It's one of those things for me. It's just like, I'm more willing to trust the advice, even if I read it and go, yeah, I agree. I'm more willing to trust the advice if it comes to someone that's shown that they've done everything that they're trying to teach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to take advice from someone from, like... Yeah, that's, like, it's hard. Yeah, obviously it's up to the individual to understand what's being told, but I feel like... I don't know. I'm just tired of people being growth gurus and then not having the same growth to show for it. It's... I don't know. I don't know if I'm like gatekeeping giving advice. No, I'm not really trying to do that. It's just one of those things. It's just... Yeah, usually. Chat, don't get your advice off Reddit. Exactly, don't get your advice off Reddit. But like, it is definitely, right? You can know the right path and whatever. You either get meme editors posting their timelines or gurus acting like you can make 10K in a month easy. Fuck off, man. I'd rather a more grounded, realistic approach than any fucking... Look, anyone that tells you can do anything quickly, like, they're like, just do this simple trick and you will grow fast. No, you don't want that. This is my advice, okay? I don't think anyone should want to have fast success. I don't think anything you do to get fast success is sustainable. That's my own opinion, obviously. I don't have anything to back this. I'd rather people gave solid advice rather than get rich quick. Yeah, I'm not a get rich quick. That is you're trying to take shortcuts. Like, sure, there's some shortcuts you can take in some places, right? But some of that shit catches up with you. But I think about that. Like, I know what I need to do. Do I have the capability to do it currently? Not really. Do I want to do it? Yes. But there's so many different things getting in the way. Like, I know I need to get content posted on other platforms. Like, I know that. I know this, right? I just really want to figure shit out. Well, like, obviously luck plays into a factor, right? But to completely rely on luck is definitely not the play. You definitely want to do things to increase your chances. Even if it's luck, in the end, it is better to roll more times than to just keep rolling once every now and a while. Getting yourself out there is about rolling the dice repeatedly. Of course, yours counts out. Yeah, exactly. You do things in a way that put the odds in your favor. Which, if I were to talk to about myself, about my streams, I don't do. I don't roll the dice a million times. I just stream. Of course, there was a lot that happened up until the point of me coming back to stream. I should be back for the long term now. Crossing my fingers, knock on wood, right? That I'm actually back and I don't have to thing. And then I'm just thinking about what steps I can take to be able to do these things that I need to do, that need to be done. And one of the big steps I've done is, well, go to my doctor and be like, hey, I might have ADHD and it might be actually impacting my life in a negative way. It really impacts my focus. That's the first step that I took. The next step I'm taking... Oh, was that the first step? I'd say that's the second. The first step for me was starting stream again. Next step, well, that's consistency, right? I'm trying to be consistent again. So you can expect me at the same times. Every week. Same days and same time. Every week. Just expect me here. And then there's just thoughts like, do I need to randomly do a post where I'm just kind of like, hey, guys, I'm not sure if you're aware, but this was my former identity. No? I wonder how many people that were here from the long times ago, from 2018, that see my name and have no fucking clue where I went and don't know that I changed my name to this. Because the number ain't 0. I've had a couple of people... Like, I had one tell me that they panicked that they couldn't find me until they looked. Because I changed everything. And here's something... Okay, so this is something I did when I went towards the rebrand. I wanted a fresh start. But I didn't really want to just make a new Twitter account. So I did the next best thing. I deleted all of my past tweets. And at this point, I'm not sure. I feel like I'm kind of regretting doing that. I don't really know what I was thinking. Like, you can't even scroll far back enough to just look. I'll be honest, I have literally no memory of why I'm following. I used to stream VR chat. I used to go by the name Cullis. I used to hang out with Lay a bunch. I used to be mute. If you followed me in 2018, then you will remember that. Oh, it's you. Yeah, see? There you go. That's what I mean. People don't actually realize it's me. I'm like not sure if I need to like post it somewhere and just be like, hey, for anyone that didn't already know, and then I'll just probably find a picture of my old OC or whatever and just be like, this used to be me and this is who I am now, blah blah blah, little bit of lore. I will be honest, I have not been part of the VR chat community since that. I mean, basically same. I haven't been really part of VR chat for a really fucking long time. Completely want to be honest here. But one of the unfortunate things is like some of the stuff that I used to have behind me, I just had more content out back then. But even then I wasn't spreading my content to other platforms. Did try YouTube at one point. That didn't go well. But I need to go back to having stuff for it. Which means shorts. I guess clips turned into shorts is probably the easiest way to do this. But I have no fucking clue. I don't have a good eye for this stuff. I generally do not have a good eye for this stuff. Yeah, check out a little messy. So many people practically living in it. Yeah, that happens. It happens. Because to a lot of people, VR chat is an escape. And how would I describe it? You can get what you don't get in the real world. VR chat for a lot of people is like, oh, you know, I'll hop on VR chat. I have friends here. I can socialize. I have people I'm comfortable with. VR chat is a lonely person's dream. Yeah, essentially. That is essentially it. You know, one of the interesting things is, I watched a mute streamer a long time ago. And because of them, I'm like, what? It's possible to actually enjoy VR chat and not need to speak? That's one of the things that put me off VR chat initially, is just like, oh, everyone speaks on there. And then I saw his mute streamer, I'm like, oh, hey, they're having a good time. They're not speaking. And that's why I started streaming mute. There's a little bit more to this story, but That's like a gross fucking simplification of what happened. And then at some point, my community grew pretty sizably, and I just wanted to be able to give more back to the community, and I started to see the limitations of not being able to properly talk to everyone. Sure, there were like workarounds, right? Being able to write and type and whatnot to everyone. Like, I remember really enjoying those streams, but not being able to just talk. I'll meet this for you. And I need to do this, refresh. Okay. You're not being able to talk, I was so frustrated. You're nice. You did it. You got first. You're the first one to redeem it. I get to see everyone that actually manages to redeem first. It was a way for me to stream without needing to talk, right? Because that plays into my agoraphobia. That like definitely plays into my agoraphobia. But talking is just putting myself out there, streaming, right? Because one of the biggest things about me is I fucking despise standing out. But streaming requires precisely the opposite. So you see the, like, issue here, right? With how my personality is, not liking standing out, wanting to keep to my own... Like, that ties back into the agoraphobia, right? Not wanting to stand out. It, like, feeling like, exposed, I suppose, in the most literal meaning of the word. Like, if I was in the middle of an ocean or in the middle of deep space, like, there's just everything. It's just too open, and I feel so fucking anxious in situations like that. For me, streaming was kind of like an extension of that. It's a lot lessened nowadays, but to some degree, I still don't like standing out. Like, in the ideal world, no, I haven't tried out any ADHD medication. Adderall is banned here. In my country, Adderall is banned. So I'll probably be ending up with an alternative. One of the other ADHD medications I'll probably end up with. That being said, streaming has, like, become more comfortable for me. I'm okay with my stream. I'm still a little iffy on, like, appearing on other people's streams. Which is one of the reasons why I've never reached out to someone for a collab. What else is there? Hey, Deppy. If I had things my way, I would do stuff to not stand out, okay? And I would just have a slow, gradual growth. Like, that would be ideal for me. No matter what size it ends up being, just slow, gradual climb would be the ideal for me. Because then I don't think I would have a moment where, oh my god, there's too many people here, and I don't know. Feel the not wanting to stand out, the fucking agoraphobia, and have that flare and just go, nah, you must withdraw into safety, you are in danger. My ideal is to be the frog in the slowly boiling pot. In terms of growth, but that's like such an unrealistic approach to growth. Like, how the fuck is people going to find me in the first place? Like, yeah, I have my small little corner of the internet. How are people gonna find this? How do people find this corner without me going out of my way to post on other platforms, etc.? Increase my, you know, odds, so to speak. Have more eyes. Because, you know, even if a small percentage of those eyes come through, and a even smaller percentage of them stick around, that's how growth works, right? You just end up, you know, accruing one person here and there that become, you know, fans or regulars. And eventually you end up with a sizable pool of regulars. And then at some point, it's really interesting, okay? This is interesting because I look at a lot of different streams and I look at so many different things. There is like this weird point of like, how would you describe it? Like critical mass? And it goes up kind of exponentially the bigger you get. The like higher your CCV goes, right? Obviously, the more eyes you already have on you will end up bringing more eyes. There's like a certain point, there's a certain threshold where if you're large enough, you quite literally could just stream and not do anything else. That's still hard to do. Still extremely hard to do. It will still be slow. But it's really interesting to me because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in so many different places. And for the channels I've seen that don't get that growth, I've always wondered what they were doing wrong. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't actually know. I don't actually know what they're doing wrong. Without actually going into the deep dive into their content, I don't think I would ever find out what they're doing wrong. So I try to apply as much like knowledge and stuff to my stream, but there's only so much I can do. I want to work so much harder than I actually do. But my brain is telling me, you need to do this, but we're not going to. We're just gonna sit here and stare at the ceiling. Fantastic. Thumbs up. Alright, fantastic. Great. I love it. It's like a constant battle. Getting me to even, like, get back to just doing streams in general was kind of felt like I was pulling teeth with myself. That was crazy. Now that I'm back into it, I feel like I'm not streaming enough. So, I really don't know what to do about all this. It's so fucking weird. Before I started back up, I was just doing a bit sporadic. I was trying my best to just ease myself back into it. Because there was a lot of times where I'm just like, I need to be streaming again. But I would continue not doing that, recline in my chair, and just put on a fucking video essay and just zone out. Yep, inattentive ADHD brain. That's exactly how it works. But now that I'm back on this, now it's like actually scheduled. Like I actually have a full-on schedule to follow. Yeah, starting stuff, near impossible. When you have an inattentive ADHD brain, it's like starting things is near impossible. And finishing things is also extremely hard. Once you get stuff started, you can get stuff started, right? Streaming is like easier in that regard, where I'm just like, I press the go live, I start talking, and here we are. Oh, it helps though. Like it helps when I have a way to get my thoughts out. I've been like trying my best to not rely too much on having a back and forth with chat to even get my thoughts out to begin with. But it's a little difficult. It is definitely a little difficult because I also have to fight with the part of the brain that's a little sad, or so to speak lonely, that when my chat gets really quiet and no one's talking, it feels lonely. Like, that's part of my brain that's happening, and I'm trying to push past that. So I always appreciate when I have the company. I also like, not to say that I don't appreciate my lurkers. I always talk about this. I always say I appreciate my lurkers. People lurk here all the fucking time. You know? Continue lurking. You're the reason why I do what I do, right? But one of the things I really enjoy is just being able to talk and exchange different ideas. Yeah. Being able to exchange random ideas is what I live for. This is why I stream. Talking about anything, whether it be streaming, whether it be fucking, hey, let's talk about fucking capitalism, mate. All of this stuff. That's all. I think about all this stuff. Hey. So that's how it is. And I've got stuff planned, and it's gonna make streaming a lot easier for me, at least when I'm doing that particular type of stream. Mostly due to how my brain works. No hydration redeem. I have been hydrating. But since you mentioned it, I'll drink some more. I live in Australia, so it is currently winter. So it's the opposite of toasty here. One of the other things that I would like to try and do is honestly start shooting my shot. You know? Like, genuinely just a little jealous, to be honest. Not a fan of the heat. Yeah, neither am I. I don't reach out to people. I don't like doing it. But I'm trying nowadays. Trying to make new friends, etc. God, I have not slept and I'm just rambling. But, that is my content, me sitting and rambling. Yeah, it gets really hot here. Let's be real, I moved here not really by choice. Kind of was like my family's decision to move here when I was younger. And I've just stayed here because, well, I'm already here. Don't worry, it's fine, because I live in an apartment and it is always air conditioned. So I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine, even during summer. I'm actually fine. What is that email? What was that? Kiwi Gang? I was actually born in New Zealand. I used to live there. I love New Zealand. New Zealand is fucking gorgeous. You know what else I've been like thinking about recently? Is the nature of React content. So you're like the sniper from TF2. Wait, how's that? How am I like the sniper from TF2? Are you implying I piss in a jar? I don't do that. Also, isn't the sniper from TF2 born in Australia? I don't know his lore. It's been a long time since I've done anything to TF2. Is he actually a Kiwi who lives in Australia? I did not know that. Or if I did, I forgot it. I used to have a sort of, not thick, but like a prominent Kiwi accent when I first moved here. It was so funny because there'd be other like kids that were from New Zealand as well. And the test is so fucking funny. They'd always be like, "You from New Zealand? Oh, say fish and chips." And then I'd say, like, "Oh my god, she actually is from New Zealand." I was just like, "What the fuck, man?" Oh, hang on, Z. I need you for this. You there, Z? You know what bothers me about the whole fish and chip thing? The fucking fish and chips? Is the bastardization of what they think we're saying. What the fuck is a fush and chop? Like they put U's there. Fush and chups. Chup. Hang on, I can't even fucking say it weird. Fush and chups. Like, bro, we don't sound like that. Is that what they're hearing? I don't know, man. That one, I don't know why, but that's always kind of bothered me. Fush on chups. You know, I can kind of see it. I actually can kind of see it. Fush and chips. And the way we say six, dick, six, a dick. I don't know about your dick. I've been exposed to different accents too long. I don't. The cockhead. I have been exposed to other accents for so fucking long that I have this weird amalgam of a fucking accent where I don't quite sound Kiwi, I don't quite sound Australian. And for whatever reason, the Asian comes forth more. Look, I'll be completely real. If everyone around me randomly just decided to have a Scottish accent, I swear I will fucking start sounding Scottish. But so far, I feel like I've just taken on whatever fucking accents are around me. I don't really hang out a lot with people that are Australian, so I don't really have much of an Australian accent. I don't think I can do a Scot accent without being offensive. Because the entirety of fucking Scot accent for me is brave. If you could change your fate, would ya? Accents I'm not super familiar with. I if I ever get more if you have enough drink, you can pull off a flawless Scottish. There is a like accent I can do, right? Because I have Southeast Asian backgrounds, right? Because of my parents. Southern drawl kind of accent. Dude, I'm not practiced with accents. You're kind of putting me on the spot. You cannot see how well I've done a Southern accent. I don't think I can do them on the spot. He's like the only one here that's been exposed to it. And that was only because I was role-playing a character. Like, doing it, it's so strange for me. Doing it as just being myself is like... It's a little hard. So far all your axes have been spot on. I don't deny that. But like, you know, I can do the southeastern fucking Singaporean parent accent, you know, fucking Ayah. A girl, what are you doing? Why are you so lazy lah? I heard that a lot as a kid. It's so fucking ingrained. What accents can I do? Uncle Roger? No, Uncle Roger's a little different. Slightly different accent he's doing.
Cool! Looking cool, Joker!
Damn, okay. Giga Chad. Subscribe so there's no ads. Oh. Young just accent like similar-ish to the Singaporean parent. SEC, the Malaysian Chinese accent. But that's like what I used to hear my uncle say so much when like his daughters did something stupid or I did something stupid. It was so funny because he'd be like, "Oh girl, what are you doing?" Oh my god lah. It was so funny. I always find it so amusing. They'd refer to us girls as a girl, or fucking when they talk about the boys, they'd be like a boy. I always found that so fucking interesting. Don't use your name. They don't use your name. You're either a girl or a boy. It's not like they're saying a girl. No, it's like it's just the sound, just like la. It's so interesting to me. Like the funniest thing about those accents is like, come on, auntie, what are you doing? Why are you fucking like that, auntie? That fucking video. I need to find it. Hang on. Auntie! Reverse la, auntie! I found it.
Auntie.
Put it on. This is so fucking
Reverse lah,
iconic.
auntie. What you waiting for? Here's people behind you already. Ayo, why you go ahead again? Reverse lah. One like that.
Ayya!
For you, oh. Reverse. Reverse. Reverse, 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 reverse. Just reverse. Well, Piang, you driving Lexus RX 300, you don't know how to reverse, man. I do. Reverse lah. Still have to wait for you. The whole kampong waiting for you already. You see the long queue there? Reverse. Reverse. Why you scared for? What? The parking so big, bah. You see? Aduh, this auntie already.
This auntie!
My thigh want to come out already. Shit want to come out already. You faster hurry up a bit. I'm the first one waiting for you. A reverse lah. Oh my god. You faster a little bit. I can or not, auntie. Ayo. I don't know what you're waiting for.
Ayo.
If don't know how to drive Lexus, don't drive. You use bicycle. Better again. Easy to find kappa, auntie. Faster lah, auntie. Aduh.
Auntie!
Oh, you
Please!
have to park a car park, oh. You don't know how to
Oh,
reverse
reverse!
parking. License one, auntie. Ay. Mati betul-betul 真的是 reverse lah, reverse.
Sorry. I just had to. It's so iconic. That fucking moment is so fucking good. That is the pinnacle of Singaporean accent, which extends to Malaysia as well. The Malaysian accent's very similar, almost the same, and my uncles and aunties, and my parents to some degree, spoke English like that. So, you know, that's the type of like English in terms of family that I was raised on. Thinking about the languages that I used to what languages can I speak? Like obviously I can speak Cantonese because that's the first language I learned. Interesting fact, okay guys? English is my second language. Does that blow your mind that English is my second language? Dude, it reminds me of this story of this taxi driver. And you know the friendly taxi drivers. They're just always chatty. They're really chatty, right? And they talk about these things. They're just like they try to make conversation. And I remember I was sitting at the front seat and he's just like, "So, where you from, mate?" I was just like, "Oh, yeah, I'm from New Zealand." No. Where are you really from? It's like, Auckland? New Zealand? Auckland? And that's not the answer you want. So he was like, no, okay, hang on, like, your ethnicity. What ethnicity are you? I'm like, oh! Why is it? Where are you from means they're asking what ethnicity you are when where I'm from is where country I am. Yeah, no, I'm Chinese. Does it blow your mind that English is my second language? Bits, what is your first language? That's just funny. Really? The fact that your first language is Spanish is more surprising to me than English being your second language. I wouldn't have expected that. Where are you from? Where are you from? Expecting fucking... Ah. Not Bits lives in Texas. Mm. Okay. I need you to answer a question for me. I have never known what this means, but I hear Iron Mouse say it all the time. What the fuck is coño? I know it's a bad word, but what is it? Like, what is it? What is she actually saying? I'm gonna let the mod handle this one. Please explain. Someone tell me what it means. Okay, bro. What does it mean? I'm pretty sure I know what the other stuff she says means, but that's the one that I don't actually know. I've never known, and I've been curious, and I've been too lazy to look it up myself. What's an Aussie's favorite word? Wait, cunt? Is it Spanish for cunt? Is it actually? Really? You know, fucking Australians and the use of cunt. When an Australian calls you a sick cunt, that's a good thing. You know, you're a sick cunt. You're fucking pretty good bloke. Or Sheila. We don't discriminate. This is like the rare times you'll ever hear me use Australian slang. Hang on, I need to get the cunt chart. Yeah, the dictionary of cunt. Yeah, or fucking, oh, he's a mad cunt. That's another one, mad cunt. Let's see. Let me see if I can, like, the nuance behind cunt. Like, fucking, with the insults to cunt, it's like, fucking useless cunt, fucking dog cunt, dumb cunt. Fucking Australians, dude. What's up, Bits? Soon? So, I haven't received any work in progresses outside of the first one. Is there more? Is there more progress on it? I don't actually know how much progress there is on that thing. Can you almost done. All of it? Wait, I haven't even gotten a what? Okay. What the fuck, man? I'm DMing you. Dude. The fuck, man? Well, fair enough, dude. Language is interesting. You know what I learned when I was younger? I don't have like I basically don't have any of it left, right? At some point I learned French. And the biggest thing I learned about French that is completely stuck with me is fucking salut. And like fucking was it je m'appelle something? How do you say how you wait a second, what is it? How do you introduce yourself in in fucking uh 엄청 뜬다. Yeah, fucking the je m'appelle. So fucking je suis is another one. All I fucking remember is my mom taught me some fucking French swears that I don't remember. But I'll always remember what the fuck is his name in the Matrix? He had like the fucking grossest Meringian in Matrix 2. That just sits there and swears in French. Was that his name? The Meringian? I get called putain. I mean, and the other French I know is fucking coup de grace and fucking and fucking tu te tiens. Reasons? Tekken lol, Victor. Fucking shit. That Victor screams when you're playing Tekken. Is Putan the same as Puta? They have similarities, right? Fucking, because they're both Romance languages. Yeah, okay, figured. That's so funny. It's said differently, right? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. There was probably some origin and split point for their languages. A lot of the Romance languages are the same. It's not the same. Similar. It's the same reason that like Cantonese, Mandarin, Japanese, Korean have a lot of overlap. The ones I know of specifically, anyway. Like, you would be surprised how much overlap there is. Or overlap and similarities. Dude, my Cantonese has gotten so bad because I haven't talked it. Talk. What the fuck? What's wrong with me? Having a stroke? Alright. I haven't spoke Cantonese in like fucking over 10 years. Over like fucking 14 years at this point. So fucking long. I have forgotten so many words. But I have a feeling that they'll come back to me if I watch some Cantonese dramas for a while. Not that I would. Okay, I want to mention a VTuber. Anyone watch or listen to Issa Corvus? Oh, she's the crow VTuber that sings. She's really cool. Oh, speaking of VTubers that sing, fucking Elizabeth from the newest holo. I might not be quite as chatty. My edible is kicking in as a super vitamin now. Hell yeah. Fucking Elizabeth? Holy man. Like, I know her previous identity, but like, it's so cool. It's so cool that she's in Hololive now. I'm like, really not surprised she passed all her auditions and debuted. Okay. Some people got a ton of talent and put in the work to make that talent flourish. Oh yeah, definitely. I wish I spent mine doing more visible talents. Did you hear about everyone's favorite deranged VTuber made a surprise appearance recently? Really? I have a feeling I already know who you're talking about. What did they do? What do you mean surprise appearance? It is the one I'm thinking of, right? What happened? Dude, they had something. They had something good, dude. But schizo's not the right term here, but their men hero was so fucking strong. They didn't just let it slide. They had to fucking, oh my god, the persecution and all that shit. Ooh. All they had to do was nothing. Seriously, all they had to do was nothing and it would have blown over. But now let's go break our contract. Fuck, man. Had something good and kind of threw it away. So what is this surprise appearance you're talking about? VTuber drama? It's about a Hololive talent that graduated. Oh, there's definitely always something new going on with fucking VTuber drama. Always. Oh boy. What is this one? Oh! No. I've seen that one. I've seen that one. I've seen that one. That's old news. No, dude. I was just like... I thought there was something else they did. No, but that one is... It's particularly funny to me. Because you know... she wants that shit back. Like, damn, that is... Whoa. Imagine being a fan of theirs. It's so funny. I saw that. I'm like, no fucking shot. I was like, no way. Okay, I need to know who the fuck put no shot in my fucking vocabulary? Who the fuck? I need to know who's responsible for this. You fuck. I pick up things from people so quickly. It is crazy. Whatever group I will end up hanging out with the most, I will pick up all of their slang. Rad. Ah, I already used rad. That's something I've always used. Yo, that's fucking rad. I also use wicked. I want to also bring back gnarly. Fucking gnarly, dude. That's another one I want to bring back. Gnarly. Yeah, I love wicked. I'm a bit sleepy. Because, you know, wasn't able to sleep. I'm heavily involved with mountain biking. Thanks to my work, Gnarly is still alive. It's so funny. Gnarly is so universal. Wake up. I'm awake. You've got at least me. You have at least got me for another fucking hour and a half. At least. What's another like? Gnarly is so fucking versatile. Like, oh, that looks gnarly. Can just describe that an injury that looks really bad, or something that looks gross. Depending on the context, gnarly is either a positive or a negative. It's crazy, wicked, absolutely rad. Savage. You need to get your boys together again for VTOL VR. I wish I was even remotely interested in VTOL, but I'm not. Kit Kat. MSI! Classic. I was patting my cat a bit. She rubbed up against my leg. Yeah, kitty. Her name's Sock. I have a million pictures of her on Twitter if you decide to even go through my media tab. And there's a channel dedicated to Sock pictures in my Discord. There's also some pictures of her that I don't end up tweeting. So if you actually want to see... Yeah, there's a channel filled with it. My partner fills it up. Okay. I have a random question, and totally because I'm holding one right now. But, what are your guys' thoughts on fidget spinners? Did you think they were really fucking dumb when they first came out? Never cared for them? I, I didn't get one until fucking last year. To be honest. I definitely like to fiddle with things too. And, for me... fidget spinner is, like, fine, because I like stuff that spin. But you know my favorite thing to hold in my hand and fidget with? My Bella song. Which is also a comb. Yeah. It's actually the best thing to hold and fidget. I just open and close it constantly. Like, if you ever hear this noise, okay, specifically this noise, do you hear that? That's just me opening and closing it over and over while I'm talking, because I can't focus if my hands aren't occupied. I literally cannot focus if my hands aren't occupied. If I'm not fidgeting with something, I'm waving them about constantly. It is impossible for me not to talk without my hands. I'm also not doing anything crazy with the butterfly comb. I'm not doing anything crazy with it because I'm just like, fuck, man, I don't want to. If I do anything like learning how to do the stuff that, like, you know, where you like spin it a bunch on your hand and like you're sort of throwing and catching it, I'm gonna end up throwing it across the room. So I'm just doing tricks that don't require that. I don't really need much. I don't really need much. Basic open, basic close, good enough. I wonder if there's like a thing I can get. Okay. Gotta go? Thanks for hanging out. Now, sometimes I feel like I should apologize for like going quiet sometimes, but I feel like no one wants me to apologize for that. But at the same time, it's like, I'm here to stream and entertain you guys by talking about whatever the fuck and just verbalizing, you know, talking, etc. But sometimes I just... I end up in moments where there's nothing of value to the stream happening in my head right now, you know, sometimes, where there's stuff that I really can't say out loud, or it's something that, like, I'm working on and trying to keep a secret that I can't talk about. So it's either something I can't talk about, something I shouldn't talk about, or something that literally doesn't fucking matter, who fucking cares? So when that happens, I'm just like, shit, what do I say? So, you know, the best I've got right now in terms of rambling is literally talking about the state of my brain rather than actually any topic in particular. The easiest thing is actually, you know, had the one same shape from CS. It actually felt so nice and same shape from the one from CS. Which that one? Which one's that one? What do I need to do? Let's see. I need to stream for at least another... Oh, the curved handles. I wonder how that feels to actually use. You know what I want? Rounder handles. I don't know if it's better or not, rounder handles. Like, not fully round. They still have some flats to it, but, like, the corners a bit more rounded would be kind of nice. I mainly got used to open boxes. Oh. So... Okay. Butterfly knives are illegal in my country. Butterfly combs and trainers are not. I am legally not allowed to own a butterfly knife. It cannot be. And if I do, it cannot be sharpened. Butterflies are legal. Butterfly knives are not. So I can't actually get an actual working butterfly knife. Which is a shame. It'd be neat to have a tool, but I feel like I'd accidentally cut myself, so I'd rather not. Also, a comb is much more useful because I can use it to brush my hair. Or comb my hair, rather. So, what are they called? There's like a switchblade? You know the ones where they press a button and it goes ping? What the fuck are they called? Switch combs? I don't remember, but do I said I don't remember? No, I think I remember something that happened in might have been Powerpuff Girls, but they were like villains that had a comb, but they thought it was a knife and they were trying to bust him for something because they were so convinced he was just gonna do something wrong. And he was just brushing his hair. He just whipped his comb out and combed his hair. And they tried to beat him up. Weird memory to randomly remember, but I'm pretty sure it was from Powerpuff Girls. Yeah! They were so convinced. I liked Powerpuff Girls. Oh, fuck. I'm fucking so tired. I don't know if I'm making it to 3 hours. Holy shit. I think I'll be lucky to make it 2. Oh, dude. I don't think I'm playing Battle Network today. But thinking about sleepy and then being sleepy and then thinking about stuff right now. I'm just like thinking, remember nightmares and stuff. I used to have this recurring nightmare when I was younger. I think I tweeted about this, but for whatever reason, it was always strapped to a conveyor belt heading towards a fucking incinerator. And I have no idea why. But I used to have that nightmare pretty frequently. And always, weirdly, towards the end, I would always hear, like, people in the dream trying to talk to me. And it would always end up being, like, my parents trying to wake me up from a nightmare. And I remember one time the nightmare was so bad, I woke up and needed to throw up. One of my most vivid memories as a kid was having a nightmare. That same recurring nightmare. Getting woken up and feeling so sick I had to throw up. Can I say? The fucking smell of puke is so fucking awful. I think it's like one of the worst smells that the human body can produce. The smell of fucking stomach acid and whatever the fuck was in it smells so fucking awful. Why is it so bad? God. You guys ever wondered that? Like, of all things that can come from the human body, puke smells basically the worst. I don't know what it is about it. I remember when I was in high school, one of the girls in class threw up, and it smelled so bad I almost threw up. Dude, how bad is that? Like, what? Someone throws up, it stinks, and then more students throw up because it smelled so bad. What would you do? I feel so bad for the janitors. But I remember, luckily, in that classroom, because it smelled so bad, we all got fucking essentially evacuated from the classroom. And then they immediately called over one of the janitors, and they brought out, like, sawdust. I never understood the sawdust, but it covered up the smell and, like, I guess it absorbs it and helps with cleaning. But that's one of the things I remember happening in high school. I have so many fucking strange high school stories. Mm. Oh, fuck. I need to put something on. Alright, let's see. Right from wrong. What this? I'm gonna use some powdered shit that looks like Parmesan cheese. Ew, gross. Yeah, I use sawdust a lot.
Losing weight is hard, and unfortunately, your body is sabotaging you every step of the way. Your body is a biological machine that follows the laws of thermodynamics and needs energy and raw materials to stay alive, which is why you eat. The energy from food is measured in calories, and you need a certain amount to power your internal machines. Your body thinks, your heart pumps, your gut digests, your immune system immunes, and you contract your muscles to move around. The harder a movement is, the more calories you burn. An hour of walking burns about 260 calories. Moderate swimming, 430, biking, 600.
Dude, I love swimming.
700. If you eat more calories than you burn, your body stores them, mostly in the form of fat. 1 kilogram or 2 pounds of fat is about 7,000 calories. Seems simple. To lose weight, you have to burn more than you eat, so fat is turned back into energy. There are 2 ways to do this. Eating less, which we'll cover in another video, and burning more, say by moving around aimlessly, also called working out. We also get told early on that exercising is healthy somehow, so working out should kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Unfortunately, this doesn't exactly work out.
That's fucked up.
It's one of these frustrating experiences where you do what you think's right, only to not see the results you deserve. In reality, exercising is a bad way to burn fat. And until recently, we fundamentally misunderstood what moving around a lot does to our bodies. The myth of the workout. A few years ago, scientists began to compare populations in industrialized societies, which sit a lot, to hunter-gatherer communities who move around a lot. The Hadza people in Tanzania walk an average of 9 kilometers a day to find wild plants and hunt animals, dig for tubers, climb trees for honey, or collect water. They can move more in a single day than an office worker in a week. So of course they burn more calories, right? But it turns out that the Hadza burn the same amount of calories per day as a typical person in an industrialized country. Around 1,900 for women and around 2,600 for men, which doesn't make sense at all. It's also not their genes, since it's the same for other hunter-gatherer tribes. So the confused scientists looked at similar measurements in individual countries. It got even stranger. Active people who work out regularly do burn more than inactive people, but only very little, often as low as 100 calories, the equivalent of a single apple. For some strange reason, the amount of calories you burn is pretty much unrelated to your lifestyle. Per kilo of body weight, your body has a fixed calorie budget it wants to burn per day. Sure, if you want to gain muscles by pumping iron, you also need to eat more to build and sustain them, or your new muscles wither away. but in total, your body keeps your calorie budget per unit of you pretty stable. And to make matters worse, if you want to lose fat, your body sabotages you in small and big ways. First of all, when you begin to work out regularly, maybe going for a run in the morning, your body may subconsciously make you move less when you don't pay attention. Maybe you take the elevator instead of the stairs, you sit more when you meet your friends, or you sleep longer, largely balancing out your burn again, preventing you from burning much fat. You can overcome this temporarily. If you do actually change your life after sitting around for years and suddenly start working out without eating more, this is a shock to your system. You actually do burn more calories and lose fat, so you can lose a few kilos or pounds through exercise. But this is very short-lived. Your body adapts and burns fewer and fewer extra calories each day until it restores its original calorie budget. After a few months, you burn basically the same amount you did when you didn't work out. Bizarre.
Telling me I shouldn't work out?
Actual reason
What?
why exercise is healthy. Why your body is sabotaging you.
It's because the body
So
wants
your
to be in
body has a
homeostasis,
hardwired
right?
activity budget per day that it wants to stick to. This setting evolved when humans had to move a lot. Not because they wanted to, but because they had to find food for survival. But when food is abundant and exercise is voluntary, what does your body do with the energy that you're not using to move around? We're simplifying a lot here, and this is relatively new science, but in a nutshell, there are many different systems in your body trying to do their job as well as possible, and if there's extra energy, they seem to use it. Unfortunately, this is bad. When your immune cells detect injuries or infections, they trigger inflammation. Fighter cells, alarm chemicals, and fluids flood into your tissue. This is crucial, but it also causes damage, so it needs to be cleaned up quickly or it can become chronic. And chronic inflammation is one of the major contributors to many serious diseases, from cancer to heart failure. If your immune system is on a tight budget, it has to be efficient with inflammation. With lots of free calories, though, it overcommits. Another thing is that your glands produce hormones you don't need, like cortisol, the stress hormone, which triggers your fight or flight response. Crucial for survival, but if you have too much of it, you get, well, very stressed all the time. Chronic stress is a major cause for a bouquet of health issues, including your mental state.
Fuck, man,
For
stress
our
is
ancestors
awful.
who moved a lot and had to deal with sudden bursts of activity,
My eczema
being
flares
combined,
up really
attacking
bad
that
when I'm
body,
stressed.
This cortisol was crucial. But if you live a modern, sedentary lifestyle, your body is ready for action that doesn't happen, hurting itself in the process. Your body evolved to move regularly and is fine-tuned to a certain base level of activity. If this activity is missing, it still uses almost the identical amount of energy just on stupid stuff. This is why you burn almost the same amount of calories whether you work out or not. By working out, you're not doing anything extra, you're doing what your body is literally made to do. Working out is not a magic bullet, but it seems to restore an internal physical balance that seriously affects your body. And this is also why regular exercise is so incredibly healthy. The evidence is incredibly clear here. It reduces
Good evening,
chronic
JTK.
inflammation and stress, it's
Nice to
good
meet
for
you
your
too.
heart, may ease depression, and makes you live longer and better. Movement is not really made to burn your fat though. Why humans are so hungry. When your ancestors evolved, they had to work hard for calories. Sometimes it would be easy and they could afford to chill out quite a bit. But in hard times, they had to move quite a bit to feed themselves, walk longer to find prey, or dig longer to find tubers. If extra movement burned more calories, this would lead to a spiral of starvation. The less food you find, the more energy you need to find food, which doesn't even fill you up because you moved more. It's like taking on more debt. when
Currently
you're in
learning
debt.
why
It works for a
exercising
while,
is
but then you go back
not
to
as
the
effective
diet.
as people think it
So,
is.
for your ancestors, being able to move a lot without burning extra calories was a matter
Crazy.
of life and death. Okay, but this means the obesity epidemic of the modern world is not primarily caused by laziness, but by overeating. Humans evolved to be mad for calories because of our extremely hungry brains and our extremely useless kids. Kids are cute, but unlike other species, human kids have to be fed and cared for by adults for years before they become even remotely useful. Because the human brain not only eats up about 20% of all our calories at rest, twice as much as our closest ape relatives, It also takes a lot of time to develop through playing, learning, and honing social skills, all the things that make us human. Our species is so extremely calorie expensive to maintain that we became super efficient calorie harvesters. 5 hours of human hunter-gatherer foraging yields between 3,000 and 5,000 calories, while our ape relatives get no more than 1,500 in the same time. And we became so good at calorie harvesting precisely because of our big brains and years of social skill training. In a typical ancestral tribe, some members would spend the day searching for plants, others hunting or gathering honey, others nurturing kids. And at the end of the day, we'd share the calories so that no one would end up hungry. Being frenetic calorie harvesters seems to be deeply part
You're
of what
telling
makes us
me
human. It's not a bug, but
just
a feature.
eat less.
But today it seems as if that feature has turned on us. We can't stop overproducing food and overeating. If you want to lose fat, food is the answer. We'll cover diet in the next part. So to conclude, you'll probably not lose nearly as much fat by working out as you hoped, but you will do something more important. Give your body balance and make you more resilient, and prevent or delay many of the diseases that will make your life miserable, so you can enjoy a higher quality of life for much longer. But physical fitness is only half the equation. To make the most of your long, healthy life, you also need a fit, active mind, one trained to navigate our fascinating world and agile enough to solve any problem, which is where our friends at Brilliant come in. Brilliant will make you a better thinker and problem if you ask us. To get hands-on with Kurzgesagt,
Fucking... Okay. Oh, the White Death. Oh yeah, they're making a video game.
are you free? Free to choose what you do and make decisions? Or are you an NPC, unable to decide anything for yourself? You feel that you have control of your life, or at least what you'll have for breakfast. But this may be an illusion. Physics actually may force you to go through life as if on rails, with no free will at all. You experience free will all the time, like when you decided to watch this video instead of doing something useful.
Dude, this is such an
Free will
interesting
is your ability to decide
question.
for yourself what you do. It means that the future is an open arena that you can
Do we
shape
just
with
have
your
the
actions.
illusion of free
It's
will,
at the core of
but
human
everything is
relationships.
predetermined?
It means you are responsible for your actions, which is the basis of our moral
So we
and
know there
legal
is going to be a
systems.
future.
There are too many dimensions for one short video. Moral, psychological, biological, so we'll focus on the most essential part. Is free will even possible?
There's actually a lot of
Two
debate
philosophical
about free
camps are
will.
fighting about this. No matter how we represent them, they'll be upset about it, so we'll use our own words. The first camp claims that the very idea of free will is fundamentally incompatible with the laws of the universe. You are an NPC. Whatever you exactly are, it's somehow made up of your physical brain and body. And these are made of cells, which are made of proteins, which are made of atoms and particles like protons or electrons. So fundamentally, you're a specific, quite lovely, dynamic pattern of particles. Particles have no will, no motivation, no freedom. They blindly follow the laws of physics. And we don't know why, but most laws of physics are deterministic, which means that things happen the way they do because of the things that came before. If you play pool and hit a ball at a specific speed and angle, the laws of physics tell you exactly how all the balls on the table will behave, their speeds, recoil directions, everything. These laws completely decide the behavior of all balls on the table. At the microscopic level, things work very much like that, only without players. Actions and reactions affect all the particles in the universe, creating a chain of causal effects that extends throughout time from the past to the future. Things happen, making other things happen. Now imagine that if right after the Big Bang, a super smart supercomputer looked at every single particle in the universe and noted all their properties. Just by applying the deterministic laws of physics, it should be able to predict what all the particles in existence would be doing until the end of time. But if you're made of particles and it's technically possible to calculate what particles will do forever, then you never decided anything. Your past, present, and future were already predetermined and decided at the Big Bang. That would mean there is a kind of fate, and you are not free to decide anything. You may feel like you make decisions, but you're actually on autopilot. The motions of the particles that make up your brain cells that made you watch this video were decided 14 billion years ago. You're just in the room when it happens. You're only witnessing how the universe inside you unfolds in real time. But this can't be true because of quantum mechanics, right? Quantum processes are intrinsically random, not deterministic, and can't be predicted with total certainty.
It's actually
On
true.
the quantum pool table, balls can go randomly left or up or banana. Their behavior isn't set by what came before, but randomly decided in real time. But for the no free will camp, this doesn't affect their argument. They think that since quantum processes are random, they don't allow you to make any decisions. Because if there's randomness for the things that fundamentally make up your brain and body, these random processes make the decisions for you. How? Say an electron can randomly go right or left. If it goes left, it triggers electric currents between your neurons that create a neuronal process which triggers a long chain of actions that make you watch a YouTube video. Or it goes right and makes you clean your room. Just because the chain is extremely complex,
That's kind of
doesn't mean
interesting
you have
how he
any
says
control
room.
over it. So maybe your fate
Almost
was
sounds like he's
not
saying rum.
decided at the Big Bang, but it is decided at this very moment. The important part is that it's not decided by you. You get no say in this. You have no free will. Wow. This is kind of a bummer because the argument fundamentally seems to make sense. Except, no, screams the free will side. This is a really bad way to think about the universe. You are the main character. We know
What?
that we
Me?
can reduce everything that exists to its basic particles and the laws that guide them.
It's me,
While
I'm the
this makes
MC.
physics feel like the only scientific
Yeah.
discipline that actually matters, there's a problem. You can't explain everything in our universe only in terms of particles. One key fact about reality that we can't explain by looking just at electrons and quantum stuff is emergence. Emergence is when many small things together create new fundamental traits that didn't exist before. A drop of water is just a sextillion H2O molecules. If you get water on your pants, they get wet. But what is wetness? H2O molecules are not wet, but your pants are definitely wet now.
Wait, he just said
These
water's
small
not
things
wet.
together just created something new that doesn't exist at the level of the individual molecules. Emergence occurs at all levels of reality, and reality seems to be organized in layers. Atoms, molecules, cells, tissues, organs, you, society. Put many things in one layer together, and they'll create the next layer up. Every time they do, entirely new properties emerge. One atom can't handle information, but many of them together can form a DNA molecule. Molecules are not alive, but many of them can form a cell, and cells are alive. With each jump up the complexity ladder, the rules of what's possible change. Completely new things emerge that are much more than the sum of their parts. And here, the reductionist view of the universe breaks down. The layers of reality need each other to make sense. You can explain living things with cells, cells with molecules, and molecules with atoms. But because of emergence, you can't start with quantum particles and reconstruct the universe. You can't explain galaxies with quantum mechanics or human psychology with quarks. This is not the whole story. Reality is not just structured in layers, but for some reason, the layers are also largely independent of each other. Things existing within the same layer can influence each other and maybe a layer up or down. But often they don't seem to influence things much higher up or down. To figure out how your organs work, you don't need quarks. To understand politics, you don't need to know about cells. If you want to explain things happening on one layer,
Okay,
you can only
makes
do
a good
that by
point.
staying close to that layer. No, screams the no free will camp in frustration. You can't just use magic to explain free will. But the emergence argument doesn't invoke magic. It just says that thinking about free will in terms of determinism and fundamental laws is a dead end. A kind of category error, like trying to explain galaxies by looking at your digestive tract. It's part of a reductionist school of thinking about the universe that very successfully shaped science for a long time, but that's challenged by emergence. So maybe trying to understand free will by looking at fundamental particles, deterministic laws, and quantum mechanics misses the point. The question we should be asking is, which layer of reality is relevant to free will? Well, just like no individual molecule creates wetness, not a single cell in your brain wants to watch YouTube. But one layer up, your brain, made of 80 billion interconnected neurons, does. On this layer, all the things relevant to you emerge: your consciousness, character, feelings, your fears and dreams. This is where you emerge. We don't know why and how, but we know that you're here right now. How all the things going on in your brain play off each other to make you who you are is a whole different can of worms. But on this layer of reality, you are part of the decision process. Because at this level, you are just one more physical cause of whatever happens in your brain. You are shaped by your decisions, and your decisions are shaped by you. You have a say about this layer of reality. You are not just witnessing how the universe inside you unfolds, you're actually taking part in it. And you're free to do so however you see fit. At least this is how some on the free will side see it. Conclusion and opinion. So, who's right? Is there free will? We don't know. If you ask us personally, we think the argument for free will is more appealing because it brings the complexity of the universe to the table. Maybe existence is just the sum of its parts, but at least for now, it seems the universe is not that simple. But even if we don't have free will, it's not clear
Doesn't
what
matter.
that changes for practical purposes. You and us, we humans, on a purely subjective basis, feel like we have free will and that your decisions are yours to make. As long as we're not sure either way, and if it feels like you're making decisions, what does it matter if a non-existent supercomputer could have calculated the future at the Big Bang? Or if quantum stuff all the way down randomly nudges your cells one way or the other? Free will that feels free is good enough for us. In any case, now you can decide what to do next. Maybe get some stuff done. Or watch more of our videos. It's your decision. Probably. At least you can...
Yeah, it really doesn't matter if we have no way of knowing, and if we feel like we have free will, and honestly, he's right. But who cares, even if you don't? We don't have control over that shit. Anyway, I'm really fucking tired. I need to get some sleep. It was unfortunate that I couldn't fall asleep yesterday. But I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Yes. Alright, give me music. Goodbye, thank you for hanging out.